Well. Looks like Bluebloods was right. Michael Benson just put on Twitter that Tank and Lamont Roach is not happening on December 14th. Now, nobody was saying the fight is completely canceled. That's not what Blueblood was saying. The live that Blueblood had yesterday, he just proves that what he's saying you can't deny. It wasn't a venue issue because the venue was never booked, right? It's obviously money. It's always money with the PBC. It's always money issues with the PBC. PBC is the only company that has so many fans speculating on fighters and the status of the company. One, because they don't talk much. They don't do interviews. They try to do the mafia mob style, like don't talk about nothing, do your business in silence. How's that working out? Because every other company, fans know what's going on for the most part. Fans know what's going on. Now, Blueblood gets hate from all the Tank fanboys, all the channels that, if you see a channel that every single video is Gervonta Tank Davis, and they take the slightest thing and try to compare it to Devin Haney and just calling you a hater, people are not stupid. Right? You are a fanboy defending somebody who doesn't even know who you are. And Blueblood is the man. Blueblood is the man. What he's saying is true, and you can't deny it. Now, Dan Raphael is the one that on Twitter, I guess, is the first person to break that there was an issue with the venue, right? That Blueblood was told it was money. And as soon as he put that out, everybody, it's not everybody, it's channels like Fanon and KO Boxing. Not that those guys are bad people, but they have an agenda, and that's obvious. And Fanon goes on every day saying, every day, Fanon says, I'm telling you the truth. The other guys are haters and have agenda. Send me a super chat, but I'm telling you the truth. Like, he's always asking people, support the channel, because he's a real content creator and he's the truth and unbiased. Fanon is every single title of the page is Gervonta Tank Davis. Gervonta Tank Davis. Going so hard, calling Blueblood and Claymore just like gossiping about them like a little girl, okay? Now, it was Michael Benson saying that the fight is not happening December 14th. Fanon and KO, what are you going to say now? Because Blueblood was right. So what are you going to say? And now, I guarantee it, if you were watching this, when you go on their page and watch how Fanon is going to respond to the report and twist it in a way to make it seem like the fans are dumb and he's a smart businessman and he knows the law, and he's gonna put together a whole story that sounds smart using nice words, and he's an educated man, right? So he knows how to talk. He's a smart man. He is. Even though I don't agree with him, he's an educated man. And for the most part, you got to respect him, right? Now, smart people who are good at sales and who know business are very good at talking. And they can tell you the sky is red and create a fantastic scenario of how you just don't know that the sky is red because you're dumb. Right? That's being now Blueblood. How can anybody say that Blueblood is wrong now? He called the venues. He called all the venues in Houston, and he's just telling him what his people said. Blueblood went, and I mean, I'm not. This is about Blueblood, kind of, because I watch this man every day for years. I watch Fanon for years. I watch Blueblood for years. Showbiz for years. Those are the three main channels that literally for years. I've watched because I love boxing. And when I'm not watching news or something else, I'm watching boxing stuff. Those are to me, those are the three main guys, right? Blueblood has always kept the same kind of his style. He's always kept the same style. Showbiz always had the same style. Fanon is the one that now Fanon is you could say feeling himself. I don't know, maybe not feeling himself, but he's very more outspoken now and talking down to people who don't agree with him and calling them names. And yeah, you know, you get people online to debate you, and that's just entertainment. That's YouTube. That, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. But Blueblood, see, Blueblood would get a Blueblood yesterday. I think the title is "I Want All the Smoke," and I was hyped listening to him because I like it when he gets in his bag and he wants to talk to people. Like, show me where I'm wrong. And he had KO Boxing going up there, and I'm listening to it, right? I'm chilling I'm in my cargo van, by the way, which I use for work, plumber. I'm listening to it, and KO Boxing is trying, and I don't know KO Boxing. I don't, you know, nothing wrong with him. Seems like a good dude, pulled up, hoodie on, has a good beard. If you got a good beard, I'm a supporter. And let's not go that far. Fanon got a good beard. Blueblood's the one missing it, and Showbiz. But he stood on the square, KO Boxing, and you got to respect that. He jumped on the live. He wasn't ducking smoke. He was like, yo, I'm here. Let's talk. Now, Blueblood was asking him questions, and he could not give good answers. He kept going in circles. And Blueblood made... And when you're speaking the truth, and it's... See, common sense is the thing. So when you're going against common sense and you're trying to make an elaborate story... that's where Blueblood's like, you know, you don't messed up, right? Because Blueblood was saying that sometimes he gets reports and things change, right? And KO Boxing was saying that no, KO Boxing end up making Blueblood right, and how situations change. A situation could have changed with the venue. The whole thing is that Blueblood was saying, yo, the fight's not happening. And KO was like, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Tank just went on Twitter and said the fight's still on. It's still a go in Houston. But he didn't say what date. He didn't give you any specifics. So when you're taking a very general, broad statement and you're trying to make that statement to fit your narrative, that you're not saying anything. It's not fact. It's not fact. Like Everyday Fanon goes on saying, this is where you get the truth. Everything I say is the truth. And you're totally wrong. And I can't wait to see what he says about how he's still right in any way. The truth is the PBC truth is PBC must have money issues. Because, first of all, this never happened with Canelo. You ain't never hear of Canelo's something like this. If Canelo had money issues, Canelo would have came out and said it. So the venue is going to be the reason that they say the fight's pushed back, but that's not it. It's about money. Amazon and PBC were supposed to do 12 fights this year. How many have we got? We got like 5. And one of those, Tim Tszyu walked out and didn't even have walkout music. Fighters didn't even have walkout music. We are talking about the PBC, who should be putting on some of the best cards in all of boxing. And you got a dude who you need to win and shine for you so you can make him versus Keith Thurman, X, or Spence. These dudes don't even got walkout music. The production, why has it changed? Money. There's no other reason. If they had the money, you don't think they would have put a production behind it with walkout music and things like that? Do you think they have the money and they're like, no, walkout music is not important? Common sense, people. It's more likely that, yo, money is tight. We need to put this card on. But we're going to cut money in all ways possible. Times is hard. Times is hard out here, okay? they're cutting money. And obviously, I'm sure they didn't generate no money for that fight. I just saw on Twitter that, and I don't, man, if this is true, this is crazy. The Dmitry Bivol and Artur Beterbiev card did less than 1,000 buys on pay-per-view in America. I just saw that on Twitter. I forget who posted it, but one, I don't believe that. That sounds insane. One of the, if people are not buying that, a card like that, they weren't buying Tim Tszyu versus the guy that dropped him like five. I can't even pronounce his name. But it's common sense that PBC has money issues. And instead of Tank fanboy saying, hey, yeah, maybe they're having money issues, but they're going to get it right, they're calling you a hater. They're calling you a liar for having common sense. Trying to paint a picture that's in La La Land because they have no proof behind it. They have no proof behind any of the scenarios that they can insinuate that they're alleging. There's no proof behind it. They're just making it up. And it sounds good. Oh, listen, anybody, a good talker, can make any scenario sound good. That's what politicians are. Anything they say, they're going to make it sound good. Okay? And if you attack them, if you don't believe them, you're a hater. Don't that sound like a politician to you, just trying to get your vote? That sounds like a politician, which is really a fanboy. It's a fanboy of Tank, defending the PBC in a situation where they should not be defended. If you're a fair person, if you have common sense, you're going to call something wrong when it looks wrong. Okay, I can understand not wanting to say that the fight, I can understand maybe saying Blueblood is wrong because Tank said everything's still a go. If you want to point that one little point, even though Blueblood's never saying that the fight was completely canceled, it was just, he was really saying that there was money issues and that he called the venue and the venue was never booked for December 14th and 7th. But now today, with Michael Benson saying that the fight is not happening December 14th, what are you going to say? Oh, it's happening the next week? No. Where there's smoke, there's fire. There's rumors going around for a reason. They don't just come out of nowhere. Rumors usually start, typically. And like, this is coming from a good source. I don't know what the source is. I ain't got no sources. But I believe Blueblood. I trust in Blueblood to give a good report of what he was told. So let's see what these Tank fanboys say today, because it's just, man, this boxing stuff it's like Democrat versus Republican. It's always two sides to every news that hits. There's going to get channels defending one side, channels defending the other side. Well, Blueblood was right. He was. There's definitely, and we've known this for a while. You could tell when Amazon was supposed to have 12 fights. PBC was supposed to have 12 fights this year, and they only got like 5 or 6. There's money issues. Obviously, Amazon ain't giving PBC the money to put on fights, because if they did, we would have had 12 fights. So interesting stuff. The fight is not happening December 14th. Tank's not fighting December 14th. We assumed that it wasn't going to happen. If you follow Blueblood and watch Blueblood, you assumed it wasn't going to happen December 14th. Really because not just off of Blueblood's word, but because he gave actual proof and calling the venues. So that's actual proof. Crazy stuff. I hope Tank's listening, or maybe the PBC is listening to fans and saying that Lamont Roach is not the fight that we want. And I hope that's the reason that they're not going to give Tank the money that he's asking for. I hope it is. Because at least that shows that they're listening to the fans. Peace.